Yo guys, what's going on? It's SEANO here, and today we're going to be looking at Fire Mage in Season of Discovery Phase 6. We're going to be looking at the best in slot gear, talents, and we're going to do some sim comparisons from Phase 5 to Phase 6 so you can see what the difference is. Now, for the talent, I've just made a slight change. I've lost the improved fireball. When you're using BiS, then obviously you can take impact instead. We won't be using fireball at all. And also we're getting lots of hit gear in Phase 6, so we don't need arcane focus. So I've taken the point out of that into incinerate. Now obviously as you are raiding in AQ and you've still got the old set, then keep the improved fireball. You only really need to drop this when you don't have that set anymore, so you won't be using fireball at all. You'll get a little bit more value out of impact. For the runes, it's mostly the same, with the chest actually being enlightenment. This is actually simming higher than the burnout rune, which is very, very good. So for the head, we've got hot streak, chest enlightenment, wrist bellfire bolt, hands is living bomb, waist is frost firebolt, legs is icy veins. For the foot rune, it's spell power, cloak overheat, and then we've got the fire and the frost specialization ring runes. Now to look over the gear, the head, we've got this new enigma set, which I went over briefly in my last video. 2 set, your fire blast makes your next fire spell have 50% increased crit chance, and then the 4th set increases the damage done by your ignite by 20%. The very, very nice set. This head we get from Twin Emperors. The neck, we've got the amulet of the Vecnalash. Very, very nice. 1% crit, 27 spell damage. It will replace our MC neck, and this drops from the Twin Emperors as well. For the shoulders, we're taking the Enigma shoulders. This drops from Viscidus or Princess inside AQ. For the back, we've got this new vaulted secret set for Mage. The set bonus is your Fireball, Frost Firebolt, Bell Firebolt spells gain 5% increased damage for each of your fire effects on the target, up to a maximum of 20%. Very, very nice cape. Now how you get this set, obviously you've got the cape, you've got the blade, and you've got the ring. They are all rep rewards. You get items that drop in the raid. So for the cloak, you get a drop inside the raid, and you need revered with the center and circle to get this reward. For the chest, we've got the Enigma robe. Very, very nice. Comes with 1% hit, 2% crit, 44 spell damage, and this drops from Cthulhu. For the wrist, it's the shackles of the Unscarred, the Time Worn version, which will go with the ring, which we'll explain in a little bit. This has got 19 spell damage and 1% crit, so it's very, very nice. Again, you've got the blade. Now this is part of that set. You'll get a drop inside the raid to hand in, but you need exalted reputation for the blade. The offhand is the Tome of Fiery Arcana. This is AV exalted reputation. You probably have this already. If not, get farming. For the gloves, we have the Darkstorm Gauntlets, also known as DSG. These drop from Cthulhu. Now you want the Time Worn version again, which I'll explain in a minute. The Eye Stalk Waist Cord, which is the belt. 1% crit, 43 spell damage. Very, very nice. We want the Time Worn version, of course. And these drop from Cthulhu. The legs, we want the leggings of the Festering Swarm. 1% crit, 57 fire damage. Very, very nice. We want the Time Worn version. And this drops from Battle Guard Satura in the raid. For the boots, we want the Enigma boots. 1% crit, 1% hit, 34 spell damage. Very, very nice. And these also drop from Viscidus or Princess inside the raid. Now, this is the ring that we've been talking about. So basically, you need Exalted with Brood of Nosdormu. For this, it's a special reputation that you'll get inside EQ. Now basically, as well as having decent stats, you'll see the equip bonus there increases the casting speed of your spells by 2% per piece of Time Worn armor equipped. Now obviously you can see here, we've got the DSG, we've got the Eye Stalk, we've got the leggings, and we've got the shackles of the Unscarred, giving us 4 total, which is a nice 8% increase on haste. It's very, very good. Again, for the ring, we've got the Band of Vaulted Secrets to complete the set. This is actually the first one you'll get, as you'll only need Honored with the center and circle, and you'll just get some items, hand them in, and you'll get this ring. Trinket, we've still got the Mind Quickening Gem, which you probably already have. If not, you know it's a drop inside Blackwing Layer. For the trinket, we've got the Tear of the Dreamer. It's slightly better than the last one, gives us 1% hit and 46 spell damage. For the wand, we want the Wand of Karaji Mobility, whatever that's called. It drops from Lord Kree inside the raid. So this is it for the best in slot items. One thing to note is you can actually get the shoulders here. So if you do get a drop for these Mantle of Pharaonic Power and instead you would take the Enigma leggings, you can run this as well. It's slightly worse DPS. The actual best is to go with the Festering Swarm and the Enigma shoulder, but obviously depending on what drops where, you might switch it around a bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a simulation for the current phase 5 best in slot with the phase 5 talents, gear, etc. Over 10,000 literations, which sims out at 4,810 DPS. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a reference so you can see the difference, and I'll just swap the gear over now. So as you can see, this is now the best in slot which I just showed you in the previous video. Again, we're going to simulate over 10,000. And you can see here the DPS has come out as 7,326, which is an improvement of 2,515. It is absolutely insane. So Fire Mage is going to be fantastic in the next phase. I'm really looking forward to it. If you aren't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do a lot of content in SoD and Classic, specifically for Mage. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and have a lovely day.